Here's a little patch of white sweet clover growing over in the overflow parking lot near Bowers Stadium on campus of Sam Houston State. You'll notice that it's growing in some rocky ground where limestone has been spread, and it's one of the characteristics of this species is that it really likes soils that are on the alkaline side, or at least high pH. Growing near the white sweet clover, still on a rocky limestone area where limestone rock has been, crushed limestone has been spread on the land for a parking lot. Off the edge of it, where water carries the calcium carbonate, you see a very dense growth of California burrmatic. Here you can see the little bird seed pods, a little cluster of yellow flowers, a very dense stand here. Excellent grazing. You can also see some of the leaf tissue has been badly damaged by insects that feed on burrmatic. And of course, it, as a medic, related to alfalfa. So one of the issues that we have is we have a lot of different pests of this particular species, or genus I should say. Also, just down the hill, another common Texas legume is growing. Of course, this is the bluebonnet. The bluebonnet is not a desirable forage species. It's a lupine. It has some chemical compounds that most of our livestock don't like. But we appreciate it because it is the state flower of Texas. And in fact, there are actually 4 different species of bluebonnet that grow in Texas. Another nearby legume is hairy vetch. Now, hairy vetch will tolerate a little wider range of soil pH. The bluebonnet and the other legumes I just pictured really prefer neutral to alkaline soils. But hairy vetch will grow in somewhat acidic soils as well as a higher pH. Excellent quality forage. Next to that, growing on the hairy vetch, there's a little black matic seed pod right there in the middle of the picture. Those little seed pods will turn black when they mature. That's another matacago. So it's mixed in here with the burrmatic and the hairy vetch. This is what the seed pods of vetch look like when it matures. Not only are the pods somewhat blackish color, the seeds inside of them are also black. Growing in the same general vicinity as the white sweet clover is yellow sweet clover. The primary difference being the flower color. The yellow sweet clover does tend to be a shorter plant, at least in our environment, than the white sweet clover. Both of them fix atmospheric nitrogen. Both of them prefer higher pH soils. And here's one of our popular Texas wildflowers, Indian blanket. Another common roadside wildflower for us is this beautiful little purple flower called wine cup. And yet another wildflower that we commonly see en masse on the roadsides in Texas in late March, early April is this one. It's called golden wave coreopsis. This plant happens to be one of the most serious weeds of pastures. It's called western ragweed, And of course, it's also a serious problem for hay fever sufferers later in the summer. It comes up in the spring from rhizomes. It is a perennial, and it's difficult to control with herbicides. We can knock it back, but it usually comes back the following year. Western ragweed.